Well, it goes back quite a long way, really. I suppose I cut my teeth in arbitrations back in the mid to sort of late 80s, following my father around, and it stemmed from there. We do everything now from rent arbitrations to arbitrations surrounding notices to quit on tenancy agreements, representation in small claims, tribunals, that sort of thing, on boundary disputes, full range. Well, it's really a matter of understanding what dispute resolution is all about, and certainly the big institutions like the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors and the courts and the other sort of bodies involved with dispute resolution these days are very keen on conflict avoidance. I would say the first priority is to try and avoid the conflict in the first place, try and negotiate an amicable settlement, and therefore the earlier we can be involved, the better. Positions can get very entrenched. And once it gets to that situation, then proportionality can be lost, and you sometimes lose sight of the initial what the initial dispute was all about. So getting involved early, getting our clients to realise that the commerciality of going to court or arbitration is not always the best way forward, and trying to look at other ways of resolving things amicably, and negotiation is very often key. So once you've considered the ongoing commercial relationship between landlord and tenant, which is always crucial, especially if it's a long-term relationship like a lifetime tenancy on a farm, then other things to consider are how you resolve the dispute and who gets involved. Do you really want solicitors, barristers, land agents, or do you want to deal with it sometimes face to face? Very often I'll say to a client, if they get on with the opponent, whether it's a landlord or a neighbour, pop round and have a chat around the kitchen table. A cup of tea sometimes can save an awful lot of money. You don't necessarily need agents and solicitors and barristers and professionals involved, because they're all charging an hourly rate. If you can resolve it yourself, then from a commercial point of view it's far quicker. If you don't want to resolve it yourself, or don't think that you can, then obviously that's where we can get involved. And again, we can work very hard to maintain that relationship. It's very important that you think about the fact that you're going to have to deal with these people for many years to come, and we can assist with that as well. But ultimately, if the chips are down and it has to go to arbitration or a court, then again we can help by bringing in the necessary professionals or doing it ourselves for you. I think rarely they do go all the way. In my experience, probably 90 to 95% of matters settle before actually going in front of a third party. Certainly we've done an awful lot of arbitrations over the years, but then I would say that we've settled far more. Probably 90% at either the steps of the court or well before that. So they don't need to go all the way, and in some ways it's a shame if they do, because of the commercial cost and the long-term relationships that you might damage. So no, the answer is you don't need to go the whole way. I think probably the most common problem is personalities of the parties, not necessarily just the clients. It may be the professionals involved, and the way that people can get entrenched in their views, become inflexible, lose focus on what the whole thing is costing and what's at stake. Proportionality, again, I stress, I don't make any apologies for stressing proportionality again in dispute resolution. Conflict avoidance is key. If you can get in early, if you can resolve it early and sort it out without all the extra professional costs, then it's far better to do that. Far better for the long-term prognosis, if you like, of any commercial relationship you may have with a landlord and tenant, or with a neighbour, or in something like a consumer dispute with clients and consumers.